Hey everybody, John Henderson here of the Beer Ramble. Another wine review today. Looking at Sweet Red by Oak Leaf. As you can see, I've polished it off a good amount of it already. 9% ABV. It's about the Oak Leaf Vineyards. This is sold exclusively to Walmart. Only at Walmart. If you look at the website, it's a pretty interesting site. This is a wine made of the sweet, medium-bodied red, has the aromas of ripe raspberries and juicy blackberries and a smooth, soft finish. These are the type of wines, if you see most of the wines I've drank throughout, I've had Oak Leaf wines previously on many other occasions, and many of them have been pretty good. You know, the Cabernet, again, most of the ones I tend to use the Cabernet. I did have their Merlot, but lately, over the last 5 years, I've been drinking a lot more Cabernets and Syrah, or Shiraz, as they like to be pronounced. But recently, and maybe some credit goes to my dear friend Rachel Wilson, I've been not leaning, but I still like my Cabernets, but I've been kind of buying a lot of these soft, these sort of style of reds, these sweet reds, or reds that are or red blends, if you will. You know, the softwares that you could really go with any food. Maybe started with the Paisano, the Carlo Rossi Paisano. If you all know, that wine's been around forever, and of course, that is one of their best-selling wines. That wine you could eat with anything, pair it with anything. Spaghetti, fish, chicken, fried, this and that. And so I said, you know, it's just a nice finish, good flavor. And I said, you know, let me start. You know, I started buying a lot, not more thanks to her, been buying quite a bit of these sort of sweet reds. You know, these sort of very sweet, not overly sweet, like Manischewitz or Mogen David, but these wines that are good enough that I can eat with, say, spaghetti, or, you know, tuna, or fried fish, or, you know, pizza, or hot dogs, anything like that. You know, those are the styles you know. And also going to a few weddings, and yes, they'll have whatever, you know, they'll have the Cabernets, they'll have the Shiraz, they'll have the Pinot Grigio, Chardonnays, Moscatos, but most of the time, or what's being served, or let's say, you know, if there is not a cash bar, or not a, you know, most of the wines will be these sort of very sweet wines, Moscatos, for example, Riesling, you know, something like this, you know, sangria even. So, definitely getting some of those raspberry flavors. More raspberry than blackberries in this, to me, than what I can gather and taste. Nice one. Again, as you see my little plastic wine glass, these things have become very popular now. You know, let's recycle, save the earth. We don't have to use glass, we use plastic, you know, reusable. Wash it up and boom, there it is, you know. And there are plastic beer glasses as well, you know, beer mugs, or odd. You know, but hey, save the earth, you know, not to throw away, reuse them. Yeah, so this wine is sold exclusively to Walmart. As you know, this has been going around forever, where stores have, you know, as for years, gone back since the beginning, before I was born, that, you know, stores have always sold no frills, or, you know, off brands, you know, to say, hey, our brand is just as good as a national brand. Well, over the last 20, 25, maybe 30 years, in fact, maybe longer than that, you know, a lot of these big mega stores, you know, the Cost Pluses of the world, Cost Plus World Market, or still a lot of these grocery stores like Kroger, Walmart, as I mentioned, Target, you know, Sam's Club, Costco, all these stores, you know, whatever. You know, said, you know, hey, they've, you know, reached out to a lot of these, you know, breweries and, you know, vineyards and, you know, distilleries, and say, hey, we want make some stuff for us that we can sell that'll be just as good as, you know, Smirnoff or Crown Royal in terms of spirits, or Kendall Jackson, or Josh Cellars, or Livingston, or Colorasi in terms of wines, or, you know, Budweiser, Coors in terms of beer, but at a reasonable price. Some have been successful. I've had the Members Mark, which is sold exclusively to Sam's Club. Of course, Sam's Club and Walmart, same company. Of course, mentioned the Oak Leaf here. There, I think Walmart also has the Lucky Duck wines. CVS, you know, they have the Grape and Vine. They used to have the Oak Creek brand wines. Walgreens, the David Shore, David Stone brand of wines. Costco, the Kirkland brand, and so many others are out there. But so I've had their wines, bought them, and I've never really had anything negative about them. I started with the Merlot, then came the Cabernet and the Shiraz. I've had the Moscato from theirs, and again, $2.96. That's not really breaking the bank, really. I mean, that's pretty darn good in my opinion. So, you know, and then yeah, I forgot another store, another famous place. I mentioned Whole Foods. They have an off-brand wine. It sells for about $4. And then of course there's Trader Joe's, the infamous $2 Chuck from Charles Shaw. You know, $2 wines that have been, you know, universally trashed or been praised. And then these wines like this are probably trashed and praised as well. And to me, I think they're pretty good. I know Jade has reviewed, but I know he's reviewed, I think, 1 or 2 Oak Leaf wines. Ronald J. Terry, of course, Louisiana Beer Reviews. Why that's why I get on a wine kick, I guess, you know, again, I've always loved wine. I love beer. I love spirits, but, you know, that's kind of waned from a certain incident. But in any event, mostly beer and wine that I've had. And one day we just started talking about wines, and he was doing some wines in review, and I've bought wines here and there, but mostly beer. And he talked about Colorasi. I said, Colorasi, I remember having those when I was a kid. You know, those the wines that, you know, my parents would get, you know, Sunday dinners or during the holidays, or, you know, I would buy from time to time. You know, just when I couldn't come over to my parents' place when I was living up in Jersey, you know, I would try them and buy them and say, hey, nothing to it. You know, it's all right, good wine. And my brother was married to my former ex-wife, not wife, ex-wife now, and she would bring a lot of wines to the house. And he said, no, we're not drinking anymore. My dad, all of a sudden, remember this now that, you know, hey, I'm not drinking that Colorasi, so I'm drinking the good stuff now, you know. So anyway, great memories, fun times. But so we end up doing these, and so, you know, everybody wants more bang for their buck, you know, when they're going out, and you know, with friends and family, just to enjoy. You know, they want to spend a lot of money on wines or anything else, or I mean, at home, or, you know, at any store, if you're gifting someone, you know, they want to spend a lot. You want to spend a good amount. My price is about $15. That's my cutoff point right there. You know, do not go above 15. Everything, yeah, I can deal with. So the wines I tend to get, Liberty Creek is another very popular brand. That's part of the E&J Gallo family. I get this, the Oak Leaf brand. So I also get the, if I find the Grape and Vine, I also get the Whispering Hills from time to time. I had that the other night, a Cabernet, and a 750 milliliter bottle, and that went gone pretty quickly, and it was damn good. Really good. Really, really, really good Cabernet. And but like I say, you don't have to spend a lot on good wine. You know, like I said, there'll be some wines out there like for that price, under $15, which I say, oh, I don't want to drink that. You know, that's garbage. But then there's some wines that are around $40 or $50 or $30 that you pay for. It's like, you know, really for this? Ugh, I'm pouring it down the drain. So, mildly priced wine. So, and I was having a discussion the other with somebody about I was at a party somewhere. We were talking about the wines, and this me and this person, you know, she's a wine drinker like me, and she, you know, we were talking, and that the sweet stuff are good, but this, you know, she likes her wines to be a little more stronger, and I agree too. It was kind of it was a very, really sweet red, but it was like under 5%, and I like, yeah, it's like sparkling grape juice, really, and just fermented, somewhat fermented, but it wasn't really all that. It was okay, you know, it went good with the wings and some sandwiches that we were having. It was at a ball we were at for somebody, a friend of ours, me and my significant other. But in any event, again, these sort of wines of this, like, or even the Riuniti Lambrusco, which is, I think, at 9 or maybe 10%. I think I might be wrong. I did a review of it. The Carrassi Paesano, as I mentioned, you know, are popular. And again, you want stuff that, you know, Cabernets we know pairs well with steak, and Merlots pair with pastas and Rieslings, but sometimes you want something that is going to go good with everything. That you don't want to be particular, and you know, these styles of wine, you know, something like this are good during the holidays, or good during Christmas season, you know, when you have all these different styles of food, different flavors, and, you know, spices and different things. You want something that's going to pair well with it. And, you know, these styles are the ones that I tend to, I'll buy, you know, it's just kind of how it is, you know. So, nothing, again, I can't think of anything bad about this wine, really. These wines have won awards. If you look on the website, they have won awards. So just because they put the sign on there, but the awards they've won, you know, thinking, oh, it's just, they're trying to just sell, you know, trying to make themselves look good. But no, they have won these awards. Just like Natural Ice has won awards, you know, or Miller Lite, you know, beers like, oh, that's garbage beer, yeah, but they have won awards. Hurricane malt liquor, you know, all of them. Steel Reserve, you know, the trash bottom shelf stuff tend to get very good reviews or get awarded by a lot of these folks who really know their stuff. So anyway, I'm going over my time right now. So again, as I mentioned, you'll see it's served chilled. That's the best way to have it. Anything, pasta, seafood, poultry, you know, to, you know, nipping on popcorn or potato chips, you know. This wine goes with it. So I'm going to give the score a good A- for me for this wine, the Oak Leaf Sweet Red. Jean Henderson Pierre, the Beer Ramble. And that will be a 8.9 or 9 score. Jean Henderson Pierre, the Beer Ramble. Keep on watching as always. Cheers. Oak Leaf, I like your wine.